years ago, this channel was just a whisper, a leap of faith that led us here. Today, Paul and I are not just celebrating our milestone, but yours too. This message is for anyone closing a chapter, reaching a goal, or standing in that moment of realization where you can finally say, I made it. Every challenge, every late night, every leap brought you to this point. Spirit has something powerful to share about where you are now and what's waiting for you next. Let's step into this together. Welcome everyone to Sacred Knowledge Tarot. Today I've got my wonderful husband Paul here with me, and we've got a special announcement. We are now 3 years. This is our 3-year anniversary
3 years
of Sacred Knowledge Tarot, and we are the team behind Sacred Knowledge Tarot. You see me in front of the camera and Paul is behind the camera, and we're super excited because Paul is going to join us in doing a reading, pulling some messages for those of you that might be going through milestones. So how are you feeling today, honey?
Feeling like a real milestone, man. No,
yeah.
I'm really proud of all your efforts that you've been doing for the last
your
3.
efforts as well.
I'm really happy to be here and to get to contribute, and I think you've done an amazing job, and just huge gratitude to everyone that's shown up day and again to watch my lovely wife, and yeah, thank you so much for having us and for trusting us with the readings, and we hope to continue to serve you with all our efforts going forward.
So we started this channel July 24th of 2022, right?
Yeah.
2022, that's crazy. And July 24th is special because my oldest daughter was actually born this day.
That's right.
This is why I chose to post my first ever video on this channel on this day. So that's the energy that set the tone. And the number 2 is alignments and synchronicities, right? Things coming together. The number 4 is the energy of stability and security. And that was the intention behind building this channel, but also to bring you stability and security through the messages, through some of the things that Spirit is wanting to share with all of you through us and our creativity and everything that we offer here on the channel. So yeah, it's exciting.
I'm super excited. I can't believe 3 years has flown by so quickly, and there's been so many milestones, so many ups and downs and heartbreaks and just challenges, but also wonderful times and so much to be grateful for. And so I think it's really cool to be able to take time to look back at what you've gone through in your life, what lessons you can learn and what wisdom you can carry forward, and then looking forward into the next chapter of your life and how you can apply all that stuff that you've learned in the past to what your next chapter is to make it even more amazing.
That's right. And we're excited because this has been a 3-year cycle for us.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different things changing at this time this year for us. And
huge things. Yeah.
Huge things. Like we just bought a property. We're going to be moving in September. And Sacred Knowledge Tarot started in this house that we're in. When do we come into this house?
This is our 5th year.
It's our 5th year here. Yeah. And Paul had bought my first computer for this channel. Like, you made me a supercomputer.
I built it with my own 2 hands.
His bare hands, that's right. And like so much has come out of just, when we started this cycle, it was, a challenge in the beginning. Huge. And then it just kind of unfolded into this.
Yeah, we moved right in the middle of COVID.
Yeah.
And so that was difficult in and of itself. But then starting the channel almost out of like, what do we do during this difficult time?
Yeah.
And then month after month of it, just like having to even build an audience and be happy to even get 100 views on a video and stuff like that. And yeah, we were really not the end of our rope, but like things were getting extremely challenging by the end of 2022. And then I feel like we entered that new cycle and things started turning around. Yeah. And now we're kind of at the peak of that cycle, which is amazing.
Yeah, we've kind of, have we hit a plateau in a sense? No, right?
It's hard to say where's the actual mountain. I feel like we have the next like 3 to 5 years kind of set out and planned out for us in terms of our goals.
Yes,
and
that's
so
right.
In that regard, it is kind of like we've reached that zenith point where you can kind of see 360-degree view of your life, and you're deciding, okay, what direction do I want to go? And we're still trying to go up, but it's like up and
And where else?
Over.
Up and over. Because we don't really know exactly what's going to happen. We have ideas and goals.
I feel like there's more mountains with the hills we've climbed are just the way to more mountains where we have greater peaks yet to ascend to.
Yeah, so we've been extremely busy and we've got a lot of different things that are planned, but over the next like month or two, we're going to be packing, moving, getting settled, and then amping up to get more things out there for everyone to enjoy.
Yes, we will be finishing off our courses. We'll be getting that out for everybody. Just juggling a lot of balls and getting everything sorted and in order so we can make this move. And then in the fall, we're going to turn up our production machine.
That's right.
It's going to be pretty amazing.
It's going to be fun. So we wanted to bring you some messages today around this energy. Any of you that might be hitting milestones, stepping into new chapters, starting something new in your life, we wanted to bring you some messages. We're extremely happy. So that's the energy that is going to be threaded and weaved into this reading today.
Indeed.
So I'm super excited. And Paul here hasn't joined us in a while. You've been extremely busy behind the scenes doing lots of different things. So we're going to now finally get you here. I'm so happy to have you here.
So glad
Thank
we
you
could
so
make time
much,
to
honey.
make this happen. So
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
So what we're going to do is we're going to first start with an animal spirit card. This is a guide for you as you're moving through this next chapter, this new experience in your life. So I'm going to shuffle cards and I'm going to have Paul read you the interpretation.
Okay.
Okay, so the card has the interpretation.
Cool.
So we are getting here is the Rhinoceros Queen. So look at that.
Rhinoceros Queen.
Have
I would
any of
imagine
you...
the card would be right here beside me.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm going to put it. We'll see. We'll see in editing here. So if any of you seen a rhinoceros, this is a confirmation. And if you haven't seen one, you are going to see one.
It says, harness your strength. While strength can be an asset, be mindful not to use it to overpower or intimidate others.
Ooh, how can that show up, do you think?
I mean, I could apply it in at least in my life right now, in that I needed to harness my strength when I was doing my jiu-jitsu competition because I just was not aggressive enough. And especially rolling with those younger guys, they're just all super aggressive. And I was like...
Yeah, Paul had his first jiu-jitsu competition and we both went in together and I saw some of the guys rolling and I was like...
These are all gentlemen that were all over 230 pounds.
Yeah,
and,
I was like, what?
Boy, did I feel each of those pounds.
So yeah, that's the energy of the rhinoceros, and some of you might be going through it differently.
I definitely got steamrolled by a rhinoceros or two. But harnessing your inner strength, you just want to make sure that you don't overpower others because you might be strong in your will, strong in your emotions, and that can be a tidal wave force in and of itself. So when you do feel like you're someone who can like dominate the energy in a room, you know, try and be mindful of others around you so that you don't overpower or over talk over them, maybe.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wielding your power, right? The rhinoceros has a lot of force. And yeah, it could be an asset or it could be something else. So what I'm going to do now is pull a archetype card. This is an archetype that is working with you. It's an energy that you can actually apply in your life. And it's the energy that you're actually stepping into. So we are getting the Saboteur.
Ooh,
is that, I'm saying that right?
Saboteur,
the
yeah.
Saboteur.
Watch
So look at
out.
that. Now, some of you might be resonating with the color. I'm wearing the greens. It's got kind of that vibe. That's a color. Look at the color.
Yeah, if you combine both our shirts together.
So the energy of this color as well. So this archetype, when you're standing in the light, is tactical, opportunistic, stealthy. And in the shadow, it's undermining, submersive, and corrupting. Subversive, sorry. Sometimes I tend to missay
you
words.
got subverted. It's okay.
Yeah, there you go. And, you know, some of you might be resonating with the image of this, like the dress. So what is that, Victorian?
It's a Victorian, yeah. I think the idea of the Saboteur is someone who comes into your life and might appear to have one set of intentions, but behind the scenes they really have a different set of intentions, and they might be working to undermine or sabotage things that are going on. So hopefully you're not that person, but if you are aware that there might be something like that going on, then the Saboteur is probably going to resonate with you.
Yeah, and working with this energy by being tactical, by being opportunistic and stealthy, having some sort of a game plan or understanding. Like I feel a lot of us have, those of us that are here today, we're able to foresee things or problem solve, right? We're really good problem solvers.
Absolutely.
And I feel you are as well. And this energy really works for us when we're using it in a positive light.
It's like being strategic, right? If you're looking how to use your energy to the maximum, then again, with those milestones, you're taking what you've learned from the past and applying it strategically going forward. And that way you're able to even recognize those opportunities that you can now take on that you might not have been able to because of, you know, the version of yourself that you were in the past with less skills, less wisdom, less experience.
So I'm going to actually get Paul to pull 3 cards for us today, and I'll interpret them. And then I'll also ask Paul to help interpret them as well from his perspective.
Yeah, it's my limited perspective. Okay, here we go. So the first card we've got here is the 5 of Swords.
Oh, so the 5 of Swords is all about protecting your energetic space. This is what I tune into when I see this card, this energy is, you know, any kind of affirmations, healthy boundaries. Things are going to get a little bit shaky. They always do. We felt a lot of turbulence over the last 3 years, especially recently, right? And keeping our healthy boundaries up, especially around that turbulent energy, which was like drama and things like that, people energy. So protect your energy at this time. And we're going to pull a second card.
Okay. Second card we have is the Ace of Wands.
So this is that new chapter. It's a new energy. You're feeling it. It is a spark of inspiration. It is that next action that Spirit is encouraging you to take around something that has piqued your interest, or, you know, something that you desire to do. Right? We desire to expand in our lives and do all these creative adventures, and that's what we're embarking on right now. So that is the energy of the Ace of Wands, and we need one more card, honey.
All right, here we go. We've got the 8 of Pentacles.
Ooh, this is hard work and effort, and this next chapter of your life is going to require more effort and energy from you. So it's the power that you have that you're meant to wield around. And this next chapter, even for us, it's going to be a lot of work. Like, we already know that.
Yeah.
And so is it for you. And it's all about creating as well through the effort and the energy that you put out there. So the more that you're able to put out there, the more that's going to come back for you. Right?
Which is what makes it worth it.
Exactly.
All right.
So I also want you to use your own intuition with our reading today. So whenever you see my cards popping up on the screen, I want you to try and interpret them using your own intuition. This is going to strengthen your intuition, and you will also receive your own messages. And we love it when you share with us how these cards, how this reading resonate for you. So share with us in the comment section below. All right. So what are you feeling with these cards? So we've got protecting your energy. Things are going to get choppy. You're going to have energies interfering, people interfering, distracting you, your cell phone, TV, Netflix. What are some of the things that distract us? We're pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of us get on our phones from time to time, especially at the end of the day. It's just when you're in between tasks about, like, how do you spend your time there.
Yeah.
And I mean, from these 3, I was getting something about you're trying to protect yourself from things that drain your energy.
Yes.
From, like, old bad habits. And that's like, as you're coming to the end of one milestone, you're recognizing what has served you in the past, but also kind of what's not served you or what's holding you back. And for me, at least, that can be, you know, bad eating habits, or like skipping a jiu-jitsu class and when I should be going. And so things like that. And just being aware of those. You don't necessarily have to fix them like this.
Yeah.
But just being aware of them is going to help when you're going on to your next step of this new journey, and you're trying to expand and start the next milestone, right? The next journey towards the next milestone. And so that when you're going on that journey, you're aware that there's going to be all this hard work. Like, it's just a part of the path.
Yeah.
If we were starting a whole new channel or a couple of channels, we know it's going to be a lot of work. There's all these considerations and all these things you have to create and all this effort that you have to put out.
And you have to start from the beginning.
You always have to start from the beginning. The first steps usually feel like the hardest because that's when you've decided to commit. But once you start going, your legs are like, oh, there's momentum here.
That's right. And that's the power.
And that momentum can help carry you forward. It's that initial momentum, that initiative that it takes to start the journey, to take the first couple of steps, because that's the most daunting. That's when you still have the option to be like, well, maybe I'll hold off.
Yeah.
And that's what we do to ourselves throughout our lives, is we constantly tell ourselves, oh, I'll just defer until tomorrow. And I think what this is saying is, like, stop the deferments. You're on this new journey. It's going to be work. but you can handle this. You got this.
That's awesome, honey. I love that. And, you know, just being aware of the people that you surround yourself with and just your own thoughts. I'm getting, because for swords, for me, sometimes I get the mindscape, the things that happen in our mind. You know, the little things that happen throughout our day. Maybe somebody said something, maybe something happened, and you're kind of sitting there thinking about that energy, and that's interfering and stopping you, or you not thinking you're good enough, all of these different kinds of things, right? So just being aware of them and learning how to work with them, or even just sitting with them and knowing that, yeah, this is what I'm going through right now, right? So that is the energy of the Five of Swords here. And change. There's definitely change coming in for us. It's a really big one. And I feel for some of you, you're going through small, big changes right now. And change sometimes for some of us can be daunting. And there's a lot of people right now in our own personal lives right now that are going through big changes. Right? So
I think the reason it's so daunting for a lot of people is because it comes with so many unknowns and uncertainties. And that's what the real fear is. You're like, what's going to happen? And when we tend to visualize possibilities, we do, just for our own protection, we visualize, like, what are the potential negatives? What are the bad things that can happen?
Yeah.
We also should be spending as much time visualizing the good possibilities. But if we get consumed by the emotion around what can go wrong, then that can build the anxiety, the cortisol, and become kind of this like self-fulfilling loop.
You like go into this like spiral of
doom and gloom, or whatever, or
despair,
just apprehension,
whatever,
right?
yeah.
If it keeps you from taking those first steps, it can be almost be paralyzing, right?
That's
They call it
right.
analysis paralysis. And so I see the Five of Swords as kind of like you do need to protect yourself from not only the energy of like your own emotional blockages, but you might also, in starting this new journey, be leaving some people behind that might not be conducive to giving you supportive energy, or that might even be energy drains or energy vampires that you kind of need to leave behind in this next chapter of your life.
That's right. And what else was coming through here with this for a second here? Elevating. So what's happening is, to me, it feels like the woman is about to take off and there's swords that are grounding her, right? So implementing some sort of grounding practices, or some sort of a steady schedule or routine, or something that you do daily that reinforces that grounding and that kind of staying in reality, kind of, rather than floating off into the online world with all these distractions. Because I'm getting distractions a lot coming in with this, like, you know, interference through external avenues. Like, you know, sometimes we tend to be on the internet. Sometimes I get carried away on TikTok and, you know, these kinds of things. And 2 hours later, I'm like, oh, what the heck just happened? That's 2 hours ago? What the heck?
We get fed a lot of unreality.
Yes.
Instead of, spending our time being present in the moment. And with digital devices, it's easier than ever to consume unreality when, we both, at least spending time together, you kind of have that connective tissue.
That's right.
But I think the main thing to take away is, like, to not get lost on your digital devices at the expense of your personal relationships, right? Digital connection pales in comparison to real human soul-to-soul connection.
Right. And I feel that sometimes that internet connection or some of those distractions come in as the saboteur, right?
It's subtle and pernicious, and sometimes the saboteur becomes our own habits, and we don't even realize it because it's such a slow onset.
And again, using your mind's strength here, I feel this is going to be incredibly powerful, because our mind can get carried away and entangled in I don't know.
All kinds of distractions.
Yeah, all kinds of
just
distractions.
to keep us from committing to the effort that it's going to take. And my theory is our brain just wants to conserve energy. That's why everyone has a natural lazy state, is because your brain's like, just let me conserve energy.
Just 5 more minutes.
And we have to use our willpower to overwrite that part of us and be like, you know what? This thing is worth the energy. I'm going to do it because it's satisfying and fulfilling.
And this is because, you know, when we have this new opportunity, either it's like scary for some people, like, oh my gosh, is this actually happening?
Yeah.
And the fear around it. And then we get the swords energy popping in. So this is where the interference choppiness comes in. And not being afraid to take a risk and take that leap of faith.
Yeah.
around anything new that comes in, or, you know, embarking on something that you're passionate about. You know, when I first started this YouTube channel, before I even knew, and I talk about this all the time on the channel, I didn't know what that was going to look like. I had no idea. I just knew that this is something I desired to do. I just felt a calling for it and went after it. And it came with a ton of different challenges. And you know, you kind of have to figure your way through it, navigate through it. So, you know, even for yourself, when you came on board, the thought of this was probably scary, right?
It's intimidating because, again, so many unknowns, and then wanting to live up to a certain standard and whatever insecurities. But you start to realize that nervousness, anxiety, and excitement are all kind of neighbors together in your emotional apartment block, if that's an analogy I can use.
Yeah.
And so those neighbors just have to kind of be at peace with each other because they're more similar than they are different.
Yeah.
And so now I realize when I'm uncomfortable about something and it's a challenge, that actually is excitement.
Yeah.
And then I just don't know how to interpret it. And so butterflies in my stomach, you know, I'm nervous, I'm excited. It's because I care. I care about the outcome. But that's not a drawback. That's a superpower. Because care is what's going to let me be committed to seeing something all the way through.
And here I feel you're being blessed with this beautiful wand energy. And this wand is one that you can carry forward and go abracadabra and change. Like, you're the magician, you are the architect. And for some of us, this wand is like a pen. For some of us, it's a card. For some of it's a paintbrush, right? You hold the power within yourself to create the reality you desire, right? And we have the Eight of Wands, the work and the energy and the effort.
Pentacles, I think.
Eight of Pentacles, sorry. I sometimes do that. You're like, honey, you said the wrong name. Eight of Pentacles is the effort and the energy that you put in this physical reality with this physical human body, right? Taking that energy and turning it into something. And it doesn't have to all happen at once, because sometimes we want something right away. Like, you know, it's just like, it doesn't happen that way. It doesn't work that way. And you've got a lot that you can say about that.
There's only so many hours in a day. I mean, you have a much longer task list than you do number of hours and number of, if I had 8 arms, like the Eight of Pentacles, you know, an octopus or something, I could get a little bit more done. But you work with the limits that you have and you do your best, because you also don't want to overwork yourself so hard that you burn out, right? You got to conserve your strength too sometimes. And so I think you said it many times on the channel, is that finding that balance so that you don't sabotage yourself, right? Realizing that you can't work 25 hours in a 24-hour day.
You have to have a balance.
Yeah. Like people think, oh, if I just grind 12-hour days, I just need 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
And they do that for a couple months, and then they don't realize slowly that habit is actually undermining them, because if you don't get enough sleep, your body doesn't recover, your mind doesn't recover, you become gradually less sharp, less focused, less clear.
That's right.
And so you got to cultivate those healthy habits, right? 7, 8, 9 hours of sleep, whatever is good for your body. And like, I think a lot of people have this complicated relationship with effort as a concept, because a lot of us are putting effort into a job that we don't like, or that doesn't pay us enough, or that we don't feel is truly worth our time.
Effort in relationships,
and so
kids, all kinds of things.
But especially with like jobs and stuff, you're trading your time for money, and when you don't want to be there, you don't think it's worth it. It feels like effort. You can't wait for the time to be over, right? Whereas when you're doing something you love, when you're like spending time with your family, or doing something that's like almost like playtime, you're almost unaware of the time, because you just ascend into this flow state.
Yeah.
And the enjoyment of it, even though it's taking work to give attention and energy to this thing, it doesn't feel like effort. And so that idea of knowing that there's a ton of effort that's going to be out there for this next chapter in your life, but putting it towards something that you're passionate about or that you care about, then even though it's effort, even though it's work, it doesn't feel
like
as heavy.
And, you know, we get questions sometimes, people asking, like, don't you get tired of doing work all the time? We're like, we're not working all the time.
It feels like play a lot of the time,
because
we enjoy it. It's creative.
It's creative, and we're two very creative human beings, and that's our expression, is creativity. And, you know, even with the Eight of Pentacles being like a saboteur, where you have a plan of action, where you have allotted time towards things that are important for you, including your self-care. and the relationships that are important for you to show up with this energy rather than, undermining yourself or something else, or, the corruptive energy as well. Self-corruption, where we kind of sabotage ourselves sometimes because of fear or whatever else that is.
Feelings of unworthiness,
Yeah.
right? Things might be going our way and we're like, oh, I don't actually deserve these good times. Or when's this all going to fall apart? They're waiting for the other shoe to drop. And just that mindset can be undermining, because then you start slowly devoting more energy to visualizing the outcomes you don't want, right? And it's, I don't know, I think if you know it takes energy, the exchange of energy in life is about the energy you put out there, is the energy you get back, then putting that energy towards something that you enjoy will make the heavy work feel lighter.
Yeah, I love that. I agree with that. And we had Octopus come through you. So Octopus is coming through as a sign. I'm also getting like necklaces with lockets on them, like a heart locket or something that you're carrying or wearing that might have someone's image in it, or somebody that used to wear something like this is coming through for me.
A locket, yeah.
Yeah, a locket or of some sort. So yeah, and what we're going to do now is pull a bonus card. So I'm going to pull the card, and Paul, you're going to read the interpretation for us. Yeah, that book's falling apart because, yeah, I use it a lot.
The Priestess of Light Oracle.
Yes. So this energy is bringing light into your life. It's an energy that Spirit wants you to walk with as you're moving through your experience, as you are stepping into new chapters, new experiences, letting go of, all that old stuff, and, reflecting on some of the things that you can carry forward and the things that you can leave behind. So divine feminine energy, magnetic receptive power. We have this looks like a hummingbird / hawk / some other kind of a bird on this card. The number 7, it's number 7 on there.
Okay.
So the number 7 is a divine number. You are having a spiritual experience. We are also spiritual beings in this human form, moving through this physical material reality. And if you're seeing this number, it's just a confirmation that it's a light activation code connecting you to this reading, including 5, 8, and 1 as numbers. Yeah.
Cool. The Divine Feminine, magnetic receptive power. This is the card of Isis, and she's bringing news of a deep reflection and increasing receptivity coming into your life. The Egyptian hieroglyphic symbol of the eagle represents spirit and the wisdom the soul brings to life. This eagle comes to rest upon her hands, bringing profound understanding. This card reveals a time of power, peace, and deepening clarity for you. Yet, underneath this quiet resonance, your magnetic energy is swirling in accelerated motion, creating a vortex of attraction within and around you. Your yin energy is on the rise. It's a restful yet dynamic time, and it may call for you to go inward, to reflect on present situations, receive guidance, and make future plans. It's also a grounding time, one during which you, like Isis, choose to connect your own light with the gentle, supportive vibration of earth energy. There's a certain medicine in this conscious connection, ushering in balance and healing on many levels, including physical, emotional, and even financial issues. So allow yourself to open up to your own magnetic powers. This card could also herald the coming of a new woman into your life. This might be a close friendship or even a burgeoning romantic love. Your growing receptivity is likely to call in an important karmic relationship at this time. So be open to the lessons and meaningful connections that lie ahead. And it's got an affirmation as well.
That's right.
Joanne.
So Paul's going to read the affirmation. You can feel free to write this down and use it.
The affirmation says, I open myself to the divine feminine within and around me. As I get in touch with the warmth of my spirit, my magnetism grows.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So Paul writes all the affirmations at the very end of our readings. And we're going to leave one for you today as well. Right? And it's going to be my husband that writes it and
Yeah,
leaves it.
these are originals that I come up with.
Yes.
They're always based on the theme of whatever you come up with for your readings. So
That's
it's
right.
sort of symbiotic in that way.
You're so creative. So I've been asking Paul to create a 365 days of affirmations to do that.
Just got to write a new one every day.
Yeah, that's
instead
all
of
it is.
2 per week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're going to pull an angel number to seal the reading. And this is going to be one of the key signs that you're connecting or connected to this reading, to this message. And we are getting the number 1818, meeting destiny. Look at that. I love this. So if you're seeing this number, Spirit is asking you to continue on your mission. We've got an alignment through a marriage happening, a twin flame energy. So that connection is definitely happening. Working together for the good, right? Working together for the good. Don't be afraid to work with others, and, you know, ask for support if you need it. And triumph. You are going to triumph in your life. This is what's coming in. So look at that. I love this.
Beautiful.
So just wanted to say thank you again, everyone. You are so wonderful. This channel wouldn't be where it is today without you. So I just wanted to we just wanted to thank everyone for this energy,
Seriously.
right? So yeah, this is your reading. This is your message. We hope it resonated for you. If it did, please comment below, hit that like button. And if you're brand new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Other than that, we wanted to wish you all a beautiful day, and thank you so much for watching.
Thank you. See you next time.
Right, so those of you that have made it this far in my video today, thank you so much for your love and support. Your presence here means so much to me. Now, I just wanted to remind everyone that I do have a secondary channel, Sacred Knowledge Living, where myself, my husband Paul, his brother Tom, and Tom's wife Katomi bring you more content. Katomi also brings us the Magic Intention candle, so she has a lot of behind the scenes there. We have meditations and podcasts. Now, I also wanted you to check out my website, www.sacredknowledgetarot.com. I have a lot of offerings there as well, which include my 14-day Mindset Challenge ebook and the 60-day Soul Commitment Challenge that myself and my husband Paul put together for all of you. So make sure you go check that out. Now, I also wanted you to check out some of these videos, especially if you enjoyed the video that you just watched. So enjoy, and until the next time.